Why, hello, everybody. Welcome back to Pete and Jeremy's D&D Time. I am Dungeon Master Jeremy, and I am joined by four fantastic characters for tonight's second installment of our Labor Day Spectacular. However, before we jump into the adventure, we should probably take a moment to introduce these four characters, though they need no introduction. We're going to do it anyway, as they have all reached the fabled tier here in the land of D&D Time. So we're going to do things a little differently than usual, because as our adventure kind of begins, y'all happen to be, well, I don't know where you are, actually. I'm wondering, where do we find your characters on their time off, relaxing, and what are they doing, right? What are you in the midst of doing before you are suddenly transformed into a baby version of yourself? Ideal, we're going to start with you, Ideal, the sharp-tongued. What is Ideal doing when suddenly his body is warped and changed and he is transformed into baby Ideal?
Well, Ideal was busy working on a I forgot the term. Autobiography. Yeah, a book about himself and how he got to be where he was.
That's going to be a very helpful book for a lot of people.
I imagine so.
So Ideal's busy just in like, I imagine in Ideal's study, which I'm seeing like a big fireplace, like a big stone fireplace, a wingback chair, right? A very fine writing desk. Or is Ideal's study kind of different?
No, it's pretty much that, you know.
It's
the classic image of a study.
And so as Ideal, as you're kind of writing, I imagine you've been working on this book for a while, right?
Yes.
So you're just like
it's something he does passively, you know.
Oh, exactly.
He has time.
So as Ideal is sitting there writing their autobiography, you're just penning the last one of the last chapters before, of course, you're going to go back and do some revisions. But as you're kind of going through penning one of the last chapters of the first draft, suddenly you feel yourself shake and transform as your body and everything on you shrinks down in size. And as you look around, you quickly find yourself to have become a baby. But a few moments later, a pink portal appears next to you, a portal that, of course, you recognize. This is something that Roger frequently uses to teleport adventurers to Bartholomew's shop when they are needed for only the most important of missions. Seeing this portal and knowing its cause, you step forward and appear in Bartholomew's shop. At the same time...
I should say, if you're a baby.
Yeah, at the same time, Oldman McWizardface, what are you doing before, like moments before, a horrible transformation takes hold upon you?
Jeremy, what's your voice doing in my room? Can't you see that I'm busy here?
No, Oldman, what are you doing?
Just a few minutes ago, I mean, look at Mira. She's so young and spry and perky, and I haven't had this vitality in centuries. We're a little busy, if you don't mind.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Oldman. I'll just leave. And as the ominous voice of Jeremy disappears, Oldman, you find yourself warped and transformed even more than you magically would be otherwise. And in but a moment, you find yourself a tiny baby version of yourself.
Oh shoot, not going to jail, I gotta go.
And as you roll off the bed to safety, a pink portal appears just on the floor and you just fall through it. Now, I'm wondering, does Oldman have facial hair?
Very much so.
This little baby, just a big old beard. Excellent. And of course the wizard rose. Anadoltia, where would you be? Where would our proverbial D&D Time, the television series, where does the camera pan in to see Anadoltia?
Well, Anadoltia would be at her personal residence in Little Pop, and after the battle from in last week from the rhyme slime, Confectia came by and actually gifted her with someone special. That one, Sugar, my best friend, to live with me. So,
okay.
So I guess from since then, since today's the day off, I would assume Sugar and I are probably just lazying around on the bed, and I'll probably be kind of stroking Molly on the off side of the bed, letting her know that she's loved as well.
Yes, your little sticky puppy, your molasses puppy, by your side. You're just kind of petting the little dog and relaxing. And
I wouldn't really call her little, since she's like the size of a mastiff.
That's fair. She's a fairly big dog. But suddenly you too find yourself warped and transformed. And in but a moment, Anadoltia, you find yourself a teeny tiny doll. As you look over the side of the bed, you see where was once Molly is now a small, it looks like a dog. It's shaped like a dog, but it's like wrapped in golden aluminum foil. And this must be Molly before she was unwrapped, when she was still a chocolate puppy.
Oh no.
This has happened.
You scamper down, and you can see the foil kind of like moving a little bit. Like Molly's still in there, but is just now restrained in the foil. And then the pink portal appears beside you. You grab your puppy and hop through, knowing you are once again needed. And last but certainly not least, Michael Verity, Prince of Order. Where do we find you just moments before you are transformed into a baby?
Oh, well, if you're wondering where I'm at, I'm currently in my quarters, in my glorious castle, preparing a glorious speech for the people that deem me as a great hero.
Excellent. So as the crowds gather around in Michael Verity's, in your father's kingdom, correct? It's not your kingdom yet.
In my father's kingdom, I'm still in my quarters, preparing myself.
But as the crowds gather outside, you see some goblins, some very strange-looking orcs wearing like straw hats and like farmer kind of clothing, and they have pitchforks, but they don't seem like angry at all. And all sorts of various creatures. You see a very strange, confused-looking giant who's got a bald head and one eye. Just standing in the crowd, and the camera pans through the castle wall, and Michael Verity, you're just kind of, I imagine, pacing back and forth, like kind of going through your speech, getting ready.
Yeah, I'm pacing back and forth, going through everything.
And Michael, as you do so, you take one kind of step forward across the room, and you're taking one pass, and then your next pass, I imagine the camera shows and you're slightly smaller, and then the third pass slightly smaller, and then you go back the last time, and it's just, you haven't realized it, but you've shrunk into a baby.
What have I happened to me? What has happened to me?
And as Michael Verity freaks out for but a moment, a bright flash of pink energy appears before him, and a portal opens up, leading him directly to Bartholomew's shop.
Oh, crap, this better not be Bartholomew's doing. Oh, great. Well, time to grab my sword. Hold on 1 second. Hey, lady at the tell the lady at the bottom of the castle, meeting's canceled. Bartholomew needs me. And then I just go in the portal.
You grab your sword, which kind of like squeaks a little bit. It seems like it's a squeaky sword right now. Seems to be made of some cheap plastic, or maybe it's actually pretty good squeaky plastic. And you make your way into Bartholomew's shop. And as you all appear within, a very, very small gnome, you recognize this as Roger, the intern here at Bartholomew's shop, stands before you, except he's wearing a diaper, and he's about 8 inches tall.
Roger, you have some explaining to do. 1 second now with Mira, I was 100, she was 20, you should have seen it. And then next I have to avoid Federal.
And I'm just smarting you now, that's not fair.
Yeah, I'm not happy about it either, guys. Look, all right, everyone's gotten turned into a baby because Bartholomew forgot to do a thing. Apparently some evil wizard named Jemmery did it. But we need to figure out where he is, because Bartholomew's not really sure.
How can we half reverse this?
I'm actually. Wait, what?
How can we half reverse this?
Oh, I don't know.
Reverse. I want yours to be 20 again. I need to be fully reversed. I have a meeting to do. You ruined my business,
guys. Okay, I'm gonna cut to the chase here. I think I don't know where we can find this Jemmery person. Right now, they've been completely immune to all scrying we've tried, but there's an artifact at the Academy of Light. I'm not sure if you're familiar. They're basically a magical school for clerics and paladins and all sorts of things. And if I need you all to, if you go there, you can get it. It's called the Mace of Justice. But if you can get it, I know it has the ability to track down any particular evil creature. All you need to do is say their name, and it'll kind of like a divining wand bring you there. It's a super powerful artifact, so there's no way he'll be able to stop its effects with his counter magic.
I have one question.
Yeah, what's up?
You have any clothes? I'm just very lucky. I grabbed the sheets on the way down.
Oh yeah, I got you. Okay, this is gonna be a weird question. Diapers or tiny robes? We got both. You want both?
I can fit my notebook and wait. Why are these crayons? I can fit them in the diaper. Don't worry.
Okay.
Crayons.
Yeah, you notice all of your things have been like transformed and almost changed to the point where they're like be appropriate for a child to have. So Oldman's like notebook and very nice pen has kind of been changed into like a tiny little curled kind of colorful spring curled notebook with a bunch of crayons and all sorts of silliness.
You're lucky I was drawing Mira before I came down here, and this was on my bed.
That's really kind of weird. Anyway,
so he brings you stuff to change into that's more appropriate. Most of your clothes have transformed to your appropriate size. It's weird that Oldman just didn't have any clothes. But Roger looks at you again and says, "All right, so I'm gonna teleport you all to the Academy of Light, and I need you to get this. I do not like being this young. This was supposed to be my time off, but I don't know. Bartholomew, he's just real tired right now. He said he can't teleport people around. I need you to, please. I can't do it.
I'll make sure this is quick. The sooner this is done, the sooner I can get back to my business."
Well,
yeah, I guess it's kind of hard to change your own diaper.
Tell me about it. What was that, Ideal? You were saying something? Oh, I guess not. All right. Well, anyway, and he kind of, with his hand, with one finger, traces another portal outline. And you can see not just a swirling mass of pink, but an almost perfectly oval kind of shaped hole in the air. Looking through to the other side, you see beautiful, beautiful green kind of forested clearing, and beyond it, a large stone structure, known probably, or at least known of by you as the Academy of Light. You all step through the portal, and yeah, what do you all do? Is you step through the portal, it disappears behind you, and you find yourselves in an absolutely beautiful, beautiful clearing in this forest. There's a big lake a little bit away. You can see like a dark looking structure on the opposite side of the lake. But yeah, right in front of you is just the big stone, basically temple complex that is the Academy of Light.
Very odd question. Do I still have Mort's earring?
Yeah, you do. Except it's like a clip-on earring now. It's real weird.
I can't have people seeing me in a baby in armor. They can't see this, and I'm gonna put on Mort's earring and turn into a Mort baby. Will that work? Oh God!
All right, you're just like a fat, like middle-aged looking man, except you're small. You're like only like 1.5 feet tall, or how big? Yeah, it sounds about right for a toddler. Maybe 2 feet. I don't know. And yeah, it looks like you have just a crappy white tank top and some khaki shorts.
And this is where we learn that Jeremy has never experienced fatherhood.
Yeah, I don't,
I'm gonna look at myself and be like, yeah, this is much better. This is much better.
Yeah, well, for Anadoltia, the first thing she does is think out loud. I wonder how Victorious is doing. So, consider the situation. I think might not be too good.
Yeah, you don't see anyone around. There's normally not a lot of people outside during class time at the Academy of Light. So maybe you head toward the building to go look for your friend Victorious.
Well, first I'm going to try to mount Molly and see if she actually moves a bit.
Yeah, you gotta you gotta peel all the aluminum foil off, and underneath, yes, Molly has been transformed into a chocolate puppy. Not quite a sticky puppy. She's not sticky at all right now. She's not nearly melty enough. But you can still jump on top of her and ride her around. She's like a pug.
Oh, that's so cute. Anyway, I'm gonna use my oldish midgety disguise and try to.
Yeah,
guys,
I mean,
my disguise might work perfectly for this.
So you go to walk to the door.
I walk to the door as an old-looking midget, but I'm really a toddler.
Well,
and I'm.
Yeah, I know. You look like a baby.
But I'm old. I look old at the same time, so it's weird.
Okay, yeah. Is everyone else also going up?
You're a baby. We're following a baby Mart into the Academy of Light.
Yes.
Before Anadoltia does, she's probably going to tell everyone to wait a moment. She's probably going to get her disguise kit out and try to change to something that looks more like a fairy. Or at least an older fairy.
So, Anadoltia, you try and disguise yourself as a fairy. Michael, you walk right up to the door. Oldman, are you walking up with Michael?
Oldman is trying to decide where he should keep the beard or not.
Yeah. The beard, has the beard changed size, or is it also shrunk down?
The beard is now pretty much lifting him up. It's so big.
It just goes down his whole front, under his legs, and drags behind him a little. Excellent. So as you kind of all take your time, Michael, it's a little hard to walk. You're kind of wibbly-wobbly. But yeah, you walk up away from the forest edge where you came out, and up ahead you just climb up the stairs. You have to go one step at a time because they're kind of.
Yeah, on the way there, I'm gonna take a stick and use it as a cane or something, just to add, not only to add to the disguise, the disguise, but to help me walk.
Oh, I see. So yeah, as you kind of get up and you're at the door. The door knocker is like way up there. It's way higher than you remember it.
I get it. Get on Molly and spider climb up there and kind of like jump onto the knocker and just swing.
Okay. So
while he's doing this, I'm gonna try and disguise myself as an imp, somewhat.
Oh, okay, yeah, because you're a tiefling, so you can kind of play with this a little. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Go ahead, I guess. And for those making disguises that don't have like innate things, so I guess that's you, Ideal, and you, Frog. Can you both roll me? I guess charisma is probably the check to make. Or
well, I did use my disguise kit.
Would it be deception?
Yeah, deception, performance, anything like that would make sense. If you're proficient with the disguise kit, I mean, it's still a charisma check using your proficiency bonus. So, oh, I see. You actually put the disguise kit in there. Excellent. So yeah, that disguise kit's totally fine, D-Frog. Damn. Yeah, Anadoltia looks just like a little fairy from the forest, and Ideal, you're like looking at like your reflection in the pond. You look just like an imp. It like kind of worries you a little bit, but it's also, you admire your own handiwork here. What do you want to do now that you look like an imp? You have these tiny little wings and like a weird scorpion tail coming off you right now.
Can I ask something?
Just a second. You want to go ahead, Ideal?
I'm gonna thunderstep into the Academy of Light.
Okay. So Anadoltia, you're hanging from the thing, trying to knock it. Can you roll me a strength athletics check?
Well, I was thinking about just swinging and then like having my feet hit the thing. And
yeah, but you're a baby.
I really hate athletics.
It's okay. So you're swinging and you like kind of bump into the door and it doesn't like do too much. Michael, you're down at the base of the door, like you're trying to figure out how to get up there.
I have absolutely no clue. I have absolutely no clue how to reach this. Wait, is it possible to use my sword to try to reach up it?
Yeah, exactly. You're trying with your stuff. Oldman, have you shaved the beard?
No, Old Man's just kind of wrapped it around himself.
Like a scarf.
I mean, y'all could ask Anadoltia to send the puppy down to that damn rider.
He now looks sort of like a Yeti, just kind of a walking fluff ball.
Well, just a second. Just a second. Michael, as you go, like, I have an idea, guys, and you go to do that, there's a loud of thunder as Ideal teleports into the Academy of Light. Ideal, you teleport into this big open foyer, the entrance into the Academy. You can see oil paintings depicting professors, all sorts of different stuff, but it also seems like in complete disrepair. There's like nice candlestick holders that are knocked over. A couple of the oil paintings have like, it looks like stuff drawn on them in crayon. It looks like it's been a disaster in here. And as you appear inside of the building, you can see directly up ahead of you an old professor, they look like. They have like a kind of beret on. They have some very pompous, flowery clothing. They look like just a very finely dressed professor. Turns and looks and says, "Oh, another baby." And he comes to walk straight toward you, Ideal. You're the only one who knows that this is happening. Do you do anything as this guy is walking right at you?
I vicious mockery him.
Oh, God.
I am clearly an imp. You can take yourself apart.
Okay. So you go to viciously mock him, and as you do, all he hears is like baby talk, and he goes, "Oh, it's so cute," and he goes and picks you up. Where did you come from? And he's kind of holding you in one hand. He seems completely unaffected by your mockery. And he opens the door, and there's Anadoltia hanging from the door handle, trying to like knock, and tiny Michael Verity. Oh, there's more, and he goes and scoops both of you up as well. And he says, "I'm gonna have to bring you babies back to where the other ones. How did you get out?" And he begins to walk away, the door still wide open, carrying the three of you. Oldman, you're watching him walk off with your three companions.
What about Molly? Is she just like kind of like
Oh,
stepped to
she's
the
in
door?
with you. Yeah, no, she's with you. He grabbed her too. He's mumbling, frustrated to himself, like, "Ugh."
Wait! I have to say this. I don't have to do this, but I guess since she's sort of familiar, have her telepathically link to me and say, "Hey, why don't you just lick this old guy's face?"
I mean,
distract him.
You try, but he seems determined at the moment not to lose you. Like he's been wrangling babies for a little while. And he brings you three into this.
I smack him with my square rattle.
Yeah, you keep beating him, and just nothing's happening. He seems completely immune.
Can I try to make a deception and act like an old man?
No, he just doesn't. He knows you're a baby. He sees you.
Oh, even with my more disguise, oof.
Yeah, you're just a weird looking baby. He puts you in a little area that's cordoned off, where you see a bunch of other babies and a bunch of like mats that have been laid out. A bunch of the babies are asleep. It looks like it's nap time here. He says, "What kind of god in the forest could they have possibly bothered to turn everyone into children?" Puts you in. Yes. All right. He goes to sit down on the couch, and there's like in this little living area. There's a couch. There's all sorts of like furniture and armoires and like coffee tables and things. This is like a lounge area in the academy. But yeah, you're in a little pen with maybe 20 other babies currently. And Oldman, you've kind of snuck along behind, and you're now on the outside of the pen looking in. What would you all like to do now?
I'd like to try and open the pen.
You try and what?
Well,
Sorry.
Anadoltia is going to.
Go ahead, Anadoltia. You can go first.
Anadoltia's going to try to mount Molly again, and then is the pins like sides, I guess, like kind of enough to where she can spider climb over them?
As you kind of look around, the pen walls aren't solid. They're like the grid. They're like hatch, and like a chain link fence almost.
Okay, that's what I was asking about.
Up them well. Yeah. Her spider climb doesn't just get up there because her legs like go right through it.
Yeah, that's what I was asking about. So I still just mount Molly's anyway.
What's the door opening mechanism like?
It looks like it's a lever that just kind of clicks down over a little knob. You can see it perfectly clearly from the outside, Oldman, but the rest of them are currently in there. You see the professor is lounging, he's got his feet up on a table, and he's reading a book.
Ooh, I got an idea.
I'm gonna go take a nap.
Ideal goes to lie down with the other babies.
I'm gonna send a message
I'm only one spell right now, so...
I'm gonna send a message to people inside and tell them to wake everyone up.
Okay.
Wait, actually, I'm gonna try if I would actually wish I could send a message back to him, but I'm actually have a plan. So this professor, he's already lounging around, right?
He's in the room with you.
Well, would it be possible to cast sleep upon him from where I'm at?
Maybe. Might work, you don't know.
I'm gonna try.
Okay. Can you go ahead and roll the sleep dice? The rest of you get a psychic message from from Oldman, who tells you to I guess, what did you tell them, Oldman?
Wake all of the other kids up.
Before they have, I kind of like turn around and says, "Don't wake him up. Can someone send a message back to him?" And I tell him I'm gonna put the guy to sleep and try to get out of here somehow.
Mm-hmm. So go ahead and roll me your dice for your sleep spell because you're casting that. It's 5d8s.
Actually, I'm casting it at second level.
Okay, so that would give it 70.
78.
Alrighty. Okay. What happened? Okay, here we go. What did you get?
29.
Unfortunately, 29 does not quite do it. As the sleep magic kind of wells over this professor, he looks back down to his book and kind of flips through it. Kind of like looks over to make sure all the babies are still in nap time, and then goes back to his book.
Seeing no action, Oldman sends another message to say, "Wake all the kids up and get ready for a jailbreak."
Actually,
right.
I'm gonna try. Is it possible for me to use my toy-looking sword to try to, like a chain link fence, kind of?
Like you are completely, you believe this is the same blade you've always used. It just looks differently. You think
can I try to cut open part of it enough so that I can crawl out of it?
Yeah, you're gonna hack at it?
I'm gonna hack at it and see if I can make a big enough hole for me to crawl out of while the guy's still looking at his book.
So he as you're kind of hacking away at it, he looks up and looks over and goes to get up and say, "Hey, kids, please stop." And he goes to walk over toward where you are, each step shaking the ground. And as he gets over, you're smacking the fence, and like you've broken a couple of links. He's like, "Oh no, don't, no." And he reaches down and he casts mending. And
Wait. So, is he within 30 feet now?
Yeah, he's right at.
I'm gonna cast suggestion on him.
Okay. What do you try and suggest to him?
I'm gonna suggest to him, well, all these babies are not really babies, so why don't you just let us come around and you just take a nap and everything be all right?
As you use the spell to try and influence him, he doesn't seem to understand what you're saying. It's like all coming out in baby talk to him. And he's just like, oh, no, go to bed. And he picks Michael Verity up and picks you up and brings you back over.
As he picks me up, can I make him drop? Can I shoot my crossbow into his eye to make him drop me?
Okay, you're gonna shoot him?
I'm in the eye, so I'm gonna poke his eye with the crossbow so that he drops me out of this cave, out of the pen.
Okay. Go ahead and make an attack with disadvantage with your crossbow.
Can you
Got it.
fly?
Oh, I'm assuming that doesn't hit.
A 10 will barely miss him. And he's, whoa, where did you get that? He reaches down and takes your crossbow.
No, I'm like, hit that back, but all he could hear is this baby talking like, and I'm gonna start crying. I'm gonna start crying like a baby for it back.
Oldman is now going to start messaging all of the other babies, waking them up and telling them to get ready to run.
Okay. Ideal, you're just lying down with the other babies, right?
Yeah, regaining a spell slot.
Huh? What was that?
Regaining a spell slot, taking a nap, regaining a spell slot.
Oh yeah, I think I'm pretty sure you got a short rest. You got a baby short rest. Babies only need like 15 minutes to short rest because then they're just back to full energy. So Ideal, is your line resting? You get a message from.
I get up
from Oldman.
and cast fly and start flying around.
As you get up, one of the other babies next to you wakes up and he's just like, "Oh, we gonna get out of here? This place is totally bogus."
And Oldman is sending this message to all the babies.
You see a bunch of babies.
Anadoltia's actually gonna kind of commune to Molly. Says, "All right, Molly, I want you to bark as much as you can."
The little dog is barking. The babies are all kind of waking up, and the professor's kind of looking around like, "Oh no, go back to bed. Go back to bed." And he's just getting a little anxious a little bit.
Now, where is he? How close is he to the gate?
He's in the pen right now. He stepped over the gate. And so at this point, Ideal, you start flying around in the air.
Yeah,
right?
And I take my junk launcher, which I'm guessing now is like a...
It looks the same.
Awesome.
You look around and you just see all sorts of children's toys around you, like blocks.
I just started launching children's toys at him with the junk
like a
launcher.
squeaky ball, cling, squeaks off his head. So you're flying around.
Just flying around.
Like, oh, that one was an imp.
Exactly.
He goes to reach for a wand, and at this point, you all need to roll for initiative.
Oldman.
Sorry, man. We gotta keep some track of what's going on here. Oh, what has he got? A +2. He got a 15. All right, Michael, you're the first one. What would you like to do?
Is he still holding me up or no?
Yes, he is, but he's very distracted. You think you could probably sneak away?
But he took my crossbow, so,
Yeah. He's holding that with his other hand, not very well. Anadoltia's in the same hand that your crossbow is right now.
I'm gonna try to get off of him and get onto the ground.
Okay.
Take me to get off of him.
It'd be like an athletics or an acrobatics check to kind of wriggle out of his grapple.
Well, I will roll athletics to get out of his hand and get onto the ground, so I'm at his feet.
and that's an action to go. All right, so yeah, it's not
It's 23.
So
Yeah, sorry, I forgot to
wriggle
turn off.
free, and he's like, "Oh no!" You kind of flop on the ground. You see the fear in his eyes, like, "Oh my God, I dropped a baby." But then you see him fine, and he's like, he's very, very nervous.
No. As a bonus action, can I take off the earring real quick so I transform back into Michael Babity?
You take off the earring, and it's very confused.
And then I go ha ha ha, and then I trip attack him with my sword.
Well, use your action to get out with the athletics, unless you're gonna action search.
I'm gonna action search, and I'm going to trip. I'm gonna attempt to trip the professor with my sword.
Sure.
Me 2 attacks. So let's see here.
Oh no! Your first one unfortunately misses, but the second one is gonna connect. Go ahead and.
I'm gonna roll the 1d8, and the DC is 13 strength save, I think.
All right, he's got a -1 to his strength saves.
Me roll that. That's 10 slashing damage and
14. Unfortunately, well, actually, he is trying to balance things, so he probably has disadvantage. So he got a 7. So you fall to the ground and you hit him in the side of the leg, and like your sword squeaks as it hits him, and he goes ah, and he kind of trips as he stumbles backwards, tripping over the gate and falling onto the ground, freeing Anadoltia as well.
Once that happens,
it's his turn after that. Unfortunately,
I didn't use my move action at all, so I'm actually going to use my move action to go over to where Anadoltia is and get my light crossbow back.
Okay, yeah, so you walk over and pick up your light crossbow, sure.
Like, I'll take that, thank you.
He gets up and he's, oh no, baby, stay where you are. Oh no. He looks toward you 3 specifically. Actually, you 2, Michael and Anadoltia, and he's and you, I do, because you're flying around. He's gonna cast Hold Person, targeting all 3 of you. Can you all roll me wisdom saving throws? It's a DC 15 wisdom.
That's not my best save.
Okay.
Ate it!
Well, Michael, you're the only one who succeeds as Anadoltia, you become paralyzed with his magic. And Ideal, you do as well as you're flying around in the air. And I think you fall out of the sky, which is not the best thing for you. And what Hold Person does. Okay, yeah, so Ideal, you fall out of the sky, and you're gonna take a d6 of fall damage. You take 3 points of fall damage, Ideal. And it is your turn. You are currently paralyzed. So I think I just need you to roll me a save at the end of your turn to try and break out. Be wisdom.
What's all the restrictions of paralyzed, if you don't mind me asking?
Yeah, paralyzed is really actually an incredibly severe condition in Symphony. You pretty much can't take actions or reactions, and you are automatically crit if you're hit with a melee attack. There's some other factors to it. Incapacitated, can't move or speak. Attack rolls against you at advantage. Any attack that hits you is a critical hit if the attacker is within 5 feet, and you automatically fail Dex and Strength saving. Pretty intense.
Yeah, that is pretty intense. So, not really much I could do.
Yeah, unfortunately not this time.
I do have to ask, is it possible to actually communicate with Molly still, since it's a kind of telepathy?
You know what? I think it does. Yeah, I think you can do that. So Molly could just kind of run away with paralyzed Anadoltia if you want.
Yeah, that's what I'm planning to do. I want Molly to run up to me in a dash, in a way pick me up, and if she could, is there anything that on the, I guess the guy's person, where I'm not the professor's person, that Molly can actually have a tent to snatch from, since they do sticky puppies do have that little trait to them.
You know, I think I think what happens is when Molly runs over to get you, Molly's already holding a shoe and just kind of scoops you up in the shoe and runs off. So this already has stolen a shoe from somewhere, or a slipper.
I'm fine with the slipper then. Yeah. Until the paralysis wears off.
Ideal, you fall out of the sky.
Let's roll for the.
Which actually, as you hit the ground, Ideal, he gets really like, oh god, and actually breaks his concentration on you because he doesn't want to hurt you. So what would you like to do on your turn? Ideal?
Well, I'm paralyzed, so what can I do?
No, he's gonna break his concentration on you because he doesn't want to hurt you. It's like he freaks out as he sees you like falling. He's a very, very frustrated man right now.
Alright, I am gonna use the junk launcher to hit him with a block. With that, like a wooden block.
Okay, go ahead and make me an attack with that. Oh, that'll hit. Go ahead and give me your damage. 6 points of junk damage. Yeah, the block hits him in the forehead and just ow! It like knocks his beret off and everything. And he's like, you can see a little cut on him. He's like, and he's looking around angrily to see who just threw a block at him.
Please tell me that breaks his concentration.
And I think as that happens, Ideal, you see all the other babies that Oldman woke up, like, see him kind of reeling and go to pick up blocks. Oldman, what would you like to do?
All the babies free?
The other babies seem like they're about to try and make a jailbreak now that they realize they can just throw blocks at this guy. Oldman?
Well, no one was listening. It seems like you guys got handled. I'm just gonna go invisible and he's just gonna start walking down the hall.
Okay, you just start wandering down the hall. You hear all of the babies that are in the pen. One voice comes out loud and clear above the others, and it yells out, "Babies, attack!" And you see what looks like a really strange-looking young paladin rush forward and throw a block. And then all the other babies do so as well. The pen kind of knocked over from where I fell. They begin to swarm him, and he just feels, and he's trying to push them all away. His concentration probably breaks on you, Anadoltia now. Michael, what would you like to do? As you see the other babies are all kind of swarming this poor professor. And they're like hitting him with
have they broken free yet? If not, I'm going to do something incredible.
It looks like they're like pushing up against the gate. Some of them are able to get through, but not all of them.
So I am going to attempt to trip attack the professor again, and if I manage to trip him, I want him to trip onto the gate so that it breaks and the babies get free.
You did that last turn. That's how they got out this part, like as far as they have. That's where he fell.
Have gotten out. Then no, then I'm gonna trip him again, so that way the babies can.
Wait, no, he's still on the ground. Oh, he's not. No, he got up. You're right. Shit.
I want to trip him again, so that way the babies will swarm him, so he can't get up.
Okay. Go ahead and make your attack.
I'm gonna make 2 attacks on him just to make sure.
Go ahead and make your attacks. The first one will hit.
15 hit?
Yep.
I'm only
wearing clothes. He's got an AC of 12.
Damage. I'm rolling a D8 DC 13.
Okay. He got a 19 on the first attack's tripping strike. So he does not fall over.
Can I try it again with the D8? Another superiority.
You hit it second time and oh no, he stays up. He hit on both legs and he just looks down like and reaches down to go and try and pick you up.
No, I'm gonna move away, be like, distract them babies, and then I'm gonna try to run off.
Okay, so Michael, you run off after where Anadoltia went, and it's his turn. He is going to, I guess he's gonna just start to like try and fend off and contain the other babies, as you four and a couple others kind of book it out of the room in various areas. One of them runs up next to you, Ideal, and kind of like helps you up, and he says, "We gotta get out of here, bro."
I take it you forgot that I'm flying around.
Well, no, because you had fallen down before. Oh, you probably got back up, right?
Yeah, I got back up and I started flying again.
So yeah, he like waved to you and rush out toward the door.
All right, then that's what I'm gonna do.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do then.
Okay, yeah, and I think Oldman, you're also kind of out in this hallway, but you're still invisible. They don't know you're there. And the rest of you all end up gathered in this hallway just outside. You can hear the professor still like fighting to contain the rest of the babies, and the paladin, the little paladin who's next to you, and says, "Hey, everybody! Look, I don't know why you're here, but you're clearly Bartholomew's adventurers. Do you know why we're all babies?"
Yes, we do. Apparently Bartholomew messed up, and now some evil wizard has turned all of the adventurers into babies. And the only thing that can be used to locate him is in this very building.
Oh, the Mace of Justice. Yeah, no, that's in the catacombs below. Did we go down there?
I take it the catacombs aren't baby friendly.
Oh no, man! You don't want to go too far. It gets crazy down there. There's a guardian and all sorts of stuff.
Choice. We have no choice. Besides, if all of us team up together, nothing can stand a chance against a bunch of babies.
Well, correction, a bunch of babies and a tiny doll.
He is, yeah, let's go! And he kind of rushes off in one direction.
Where are the catacombs?
He shows you. It's in like the back area of the room. You see other babies scattering out of that main waiting room, and you see the old professor rushing out after them and scooping them back up. It seems like he's got the place mostly contained. He'll probably be coming after you in a little bit. But
okay, and there's definitely hopping on Molly and just
to the catacombs.
Yeah, exactly. To the catacombs. This young baby paladin guides you through the academy, through some dusty kind of back underused corridors, and into some old stone catacombs.
I have a question.
Yes.
As we are babies, what would constitute for a long rest with us?
That would be a good question.
A long time.
Probably like, yeah, babies sleep for a long time.
Yeah, you need a full nap time.
Nap time. 15 minutes isn't gonna cut it for you.
But
that's because of my little aspect of the moon. But okay, thanks anyway.
Yeah,
probably an hour.
Yeah, exactly. Probably an hour. But as you're kind of wandering through, and this paladin kind of leads you to the back, says, "Yeah, it's just right down here." And instead of a set of like eerie stone staircases, they're kind of cracked and broken. People don't go down here too often unless you know they're gonna party. I'm kind of scared.
Okay, so Anadoltia's basically on Molly, so she just gets her to jump on the wall and just walk down there.
I mean, they keep all sorts of manner of stuff down there. I don't know. I wouldn't want to mess with it, but the mace should be down there.
I'm gonna bravely try to climb the steps, or go down the steps. Actually,
you take it one step at a time, but you're able to lower yourself.
Step at a time because I'm a baby, but my name is not Michael Verity, the Prince of Order, and I will bring order back even as a baby.
So yeah, you're.
Anadoltia flies down ahead of Michael. It wakes her up at the bottom of the stairs.
Yeah.
And it says, "What took you so long?"
Oldman, I assume you followed them this far?
Yep, Oldman's invisible.
You're still invisible. They don't know you're here, but you're able to follow through. The paladin's like, "I'll just wait up here, guys." And he's just like, and now I'm lonely. All right, I'm coming, and he just slowly starts to climb down after you. You guys are already at the bottom by the time he gets down there. And yeah, as you get to the bottom, you see before you a large open stone room. It seems massive from where you are because of how small you are, but in reality, it's probably pretty small. It's not a big room. You can see that on strewn just all about, there are like loose cans and things
There's signs that like people have been down here fairly recently, but not like today. You know, in the past couple weeks, someone's been down here. Looks like people party it up down here, where maybe the professors don't check on them. But on the far end of the room, you see an old-looking stone door. It looks like people haven't gone in there in years. It is totally sealed up, and it has some kind of magical rune kind of engraved onto it. Or maybe not magical, but they're like religious in to some context.
I do have to ask, Kim, like, Anadoltia kind of look around, see if there's anything that might be of actual value, and have like Molly pick it up.
I don't know if there's anything like Molly probably finds some gold. There's like some gold pieces down here.
That's good enough.
There's a half drunk can of ale, but it's pretty old.
Like I said, anything of actual value, so.
No, I don't think you find anything of actual value down here. I mean, you find like 10 gold pieces. They probably get stuck to Molly as they're walking along.
Yeah, I might as well like have those gold pieces stuck to Molly in the end.
So, what do you all do as you're now all down here?
I am going to inspect the door. So I wish to know how it opens.
It looks like it's a push door. And you think that looking at it, if these runes and carvings and glyphs are magical, that pushing it would probably activate them. But you don't know what they do, at least at a glance.
You're
not barely magically trained, which doesn't help.
Can Anadoltia like look at it and like maybe commune with? Well, I guess that won't work since. But can Anadoltia kind of investigate, see if there's anything that might, clue in on what the runes might mean?
Are you trained in Arcana?
Yes.
Then you could make me an Arcana check as you kind of look at them and try and guess what they might mean. Yeah, 21. They are not arcane in nature. These are clearly some kind of religious or holy runes. They might just be like some sort of religious passage from some sort of text, or they might actually be magical, but they aren't arcane. You can tell that much with certainty.
Hey, I'm gonna tell the others. Hey guys, look, this door might be. I think you can push through this door, but we need all of us to push at once.
And Anadoltia kind of looks over there and says, these runes are kind of, I guess, religious, but I don't know what they mean.
What they mean, well, all I know is that base has to be on the other side of that door.
Hey, Victorious, you spent a lot of time down here. How do you open that?
Who said that, man? Kind of looks around confused.
It's me.
Who are you?
Michael Verity.
He kind of looks over toward you, Mike.
I didn't say that.
Oldman,
what are you?
And he kind of like punches your shoulder. Yeah, I can help you open
serious.
the door.
Oldman, where are you? Where are you? And then I realize Oldman's not even anywhere.
Victorious looks at the room and says, "Oh yeah, those. They're just an inscription about the Guardian."
What does it say?
If you open the doors, it'll activate the Guardian.
All right, we know to be prepared.
Behind these doors lies a great and terrible Guardian. Pretty standard.
Well, give us some cue to be prepared then.
I'm gonna look. Okay, so clearly that's a guardian, and that sounds like a freaking trap that I don't want. That I don't think is suitable or appropriate for a baby. So I'm gonna look around. Is there any other way else out of this room besides the stairs?
You can roll an investigation check. We don't see anything.
I will roll an investigation check.
Sure. Or perception. That would also be fine. But yeah, I like investigation more for this. Yeah, you're looking around and you find a secret passage. You think?
I think I found something, guys, and then I lead them over to where the secret passage is.
Yeah, you kind of open a couple of like bricks, and as you're pulling them aside, you see beyond a passage going into the darkness. It's small, like a regular person might be able to fit in here on like their hands and knees. Perfectly fine for baby, but
it's really dark. I hope that can anyone cast light on me?
I can see in the dark.
Yes, I know that, but I can't.
I can't cast light, man.
Oh,
Where
that's
does it lead? Is it like adjacent to this room, or just like pointing somewhere else?
It just seems to go into the darkness. You don't know. You don't know where it goes.
well, there's only one way to find out, and I am sure as hell I'm not going through a door to fight a guardian that's gonna absolutely kill a baby. And then so I crawl into the darkness.
All right, Michael Verity, you lead the way into the darkness. What about the rest of you? Is Michael Verity? You can like walk. Actually, it's big enough for a baby to walk. This passage.
Actually, I'm gonna like, go behind Michael Verity and like have Molly like say, keep your ears open just in case there's something in this darkness that we really need to escape from.
Yeah, okay. Molly's keeping her ears open. What about the rest of you? So, Oldman, are you following? And Ideal?
I guess Ideal will take the rear in case anything comes up from behind.
And of course, Oldman's taking the actual rear. Just
No,
actually,
as everyone's climbing into here, Omen's gonna go and push on the door.
it's really heavy. You need a lot of babies to open this.
Dang, I thought because you okay.
You do you want to try and convince them to open the door instead?
No.
Okay, so you're just gonna walk. Okay, so Michael Verity, you lead the way blind.
I am completely blind. I do not have dark vision at all, so I am completely blind. But
Then why did you lead? I would have led in that case.
Hear me out. I'm gonna have, as I lead, I have my sword pointed forward at me. So if I hit anything in front of me, I'm gonna poke it. I'm gonna poke it really hard with the sword.
Yeah, you see.
Well, hopefully, Molly would either hear or smell it before you poke it.
Yeah, so everything, it reeks of like ale down here, stale ale and stuff. So it's kind of hard. Can Molly roll me a perception check?
Yeah, but yeah.
You can roll using Molly's. You know what Molly has.
Yeah, well, Molly has passive perception 13, but yeah, I'll roll it in a second.
Because that may matter right about soon. Alrighty.
Molly, you're a really deaf dog. You know that?
So, Molly's just distracted, as like Molly's slowly melting back into a sticky puppy and just getting very disoriented by it. But as you wander forward, Michael, your sword kind of pointed out, you find, oh, there's a wall here, and it kind of turns to the right. Oh, that's the correct direction. That would be leading around to circumvent the door. And as you're kind of going, you turn the corner, and everyone's following. And Ideal, you're turning the corner after Michael, and you can see ahead of Michael, there's about a dozen, I think they're large, but they're not large, creatures in front of him. Right, to you, they're big. But
Michael, you might want to stop. There's something ahead.
And then, Michael, you see a whole swarm of red eyes just blink, 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 blink open in front of you. A good 20, 25 red eyes just kind of open up, all looking at you, but a few feet away. And I need you to roll me, oh boy, a wisdom saving throw.
Don't tell me I'm gonna get feared and then I'm gonna run into. Well, if I get feared, I can't run backward at all because they're right behind me.
Oh my god, 20. Nice, natural 20. You feel the influence, you hear hundreds of tiny whispers. Feed us. Speak into your mind. Yet you resist and hold true as we need to roll for initiative against the swarm of rats.
Nat 20 again, 2 natural 20s in a row.
Damn, Michael Verity's on fire. And Ideal, if you look at these rats, you can see they aren't simple rats. Their skulls are kind of open and their brains pulsing can be seen beneath. These are absolutely terrifying creatures. What they could be doing here in the basements of the Academy of Light, God only knows. But yeah, Michael, you're first. What would you like to do? You can't see these except for their beady red eyes. And they're rats, but they're pretty big rats, like the size of guinea pigs in real life. So they're pretty large to be.
Okay, but I'm assuming I'll have disadvantage on all my attacks. 'cause
Yes,
I'm
you can
blind.
make it. You can attack them definitely, but yeah, you would have disadvantage because you can't see them very clearly.
I'm not afraid of you. I'm gonna charge. I'm gonna run forward and I'm gonna slash some of the babies. Not the babies. Why did I say babies? The rats at disadvantage.
Okay.
14 and.
Double crit!
Michael Verity is on fire today, apparently. Sorry, Grilliam, move over.
Michael
Verity's the
Baby,
firework.
the luckiest baby in the world. Anyway,
luckiest
let me
baby
roll
in
my
the world.
damage.
Yeah, you hit with both of those.
No. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use my last superiority to die to make that a trip attack. So I roll 2d8s.
Oh, you're gonna take the crit on him. Nice.
Extra
Alrighty.
points of damage.
Yeah, you rush forward and shing, slash 34 total points of damage into these rats. They look awful as you lay into them. You cut down a solid 2 or 3 of the rats with your swings, just clearing them clear in half. The plastic of your sword is sharp as you remember, and not feeling like plastic like it actually is. Ideal, it's your turn. What would you like to do as these rats freak out immediately? Ideal?
I'm going to cast Eldritch Blast on these rats.
Excellent. Go ahead. You can see more rats further back, by the way, and you can all sort of hear squeaking all around you. Alrighty, that second Eldritch Blast is going to hit. Go ahead and give me that damage. Oh, yeah, nice. And that's actually super powerful against them because they are resistant to Michael Verity's attacks because they're bludgeoning, piercing, or slashing. They are not resistant to that force, so that is going to wreck them too. These rats, this first group of rats is looking real bad. Ideal as your Eldritch Blast strikes them true. Is that the end of your turn, or do you want to move around at all? You're kind of in a
there's not
confined
much
space.
place to move around them right now, so.
Yeah, okay. Cool. Anadoltia, what would you like to do? You can see up ahead of you. You have dark vision, right?
No, I do not.
All right, you can see up ahead of you only red beady eyes. You can also see, seemingly coming out of the walls, maybe there are large cracks or something, small beady eyes as other and more movement around you, skittering of claws.
Okay, so question: everything within here is at least within a 10-foot cube, correct?
Everything, yes, including all of the players.
Okay, well, first I'm gonna quickly dismount Molly and have her instantly grab Michael and try to get back as far as he can.
Michael, you feel something go to grab you from behind that you can't see.
Hey, what are you doing? I could have taken them on.
Well, Michael, I assume you don't let like a random unknown thing grab you, right?
No, yeah, I don't know. I have no idea what's touching me, so I'm going to have to resist it. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So I think what happens is Molly rushes up, but like Michael's blind, and I think Molly is too.
Well, but Molly can actually hear and smell, so.
Yeah, but so I think what happens is she rushes up and just kind of bumps into Michael, and then Michael's like, "Oh no!" Just thinking it's more rats. What would you like to do as your action?
Well, I guess I'll have to do this anyway. I'll just quickly just shout out, Michael, I'm about to do this. Forgive me, and have use Fey Presence.
Oh, what is Fey Presence? I don't even know what this is.
It's one of pack abilities.
I see. Excellent. What are you gonna choose, Frightened or Charmed?
In this case, Charm.
Alrighty. Michael, can you roll me a Wisdom saving throw? I would say your puppy also would need to roll a Wisdom saving throw, but let's be real, it's pretty much charmed by you anyway.
Pretty much, yeah.
Michael, your mind is an iron fortress. Baby or not.
Yes,
you
my
will not be
mind,
charmed.
my mind is filled with order.
Unfortunately, the rats are immune to charm and fear, so it has no effect.
Well, that's a waste of
Good try.
action.
And
And I'm actually off of Molly, so that's actually bad news.
yeah. Well, at the end of your turn, the rats are going to go. And Anadoltia, you see a swarm of them come out of the walls, kind of around you, actually, as a second swarm comes into the fight. This one is going to look at the young paladin and stare into his eyes and whisper horrible nothings at him. Let's see how he does. He is it's a wisdom saving throw. He is not super wise, but he's not wise. Ugh, but he's not wise enough. This paladin, you see his eyes kind of dazzle and then begin to glow red. And he draws his sword and begins to walk toward you, Anadoltia. Oldman, it's your turn.
Oldman is still trying to push up his door.
The other rats actually need to go too.
Oldman, you're not gonna go in the passage and save us?
We're gonna see. The other rats are gonna go at you, Michael. They rush forward and bite with their fangs and claws as they go to slash you. Oh God!
Not gonna hit.
Nah,
Definitely
why
no.
would they hit you? That doesn't make any sense. So yeah, Oldman, you're out there. Are you still pushing on the door?
Yeah, pretty much.
All right. Can you roll me a strength athletics check? And actually, can you give me one for last turn? Because I think I forgot to have you roll. Oh shit. Okay. Can you give me another one? 13. All right, cool. So you have two. You have one success and one failure here. There's really no obvious thing that'll happen if you fail, but like the door is cracked open ajar. There's like a rush of air comes past you. And yeah, as you you can't really see through. It's a tiny little crack at this point.
Weird question, Oldman. Are you still invisible?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's still invisible.
Oh, I see what he's doing.
All right. Victoria, the paladin. Paladin is going to, with his eyes glowing red, take a step forward toward you, Anadoltia. Oh boy. What's your armor class?
14.
Okay. Well, he gets a 23 to hit.
Ouch.
And he swings with his longsword. All right. And he is going to smite you. So that's going to be a total of 16 points of damage as a flare of radiant energy strikes you. He is clearly being mind controlled by the rats next to you. And that is the end of his turn. And we move to the top of the initiative with Michael Verity. Mike, what would you like to do?
That really hurts.
Yeah, there's a half swarm in front. Oh, I forgot about the paladin's extra attack. Sorry, the paladin's going to attack you a second time, Anadoltia. It only gets an 11 though, so the second attack will miss. Sorry, Michael, go ahead.
Thanks.
I continue. Well, as I see the rats, I can see their eyes getting super close to me, trying to bite at me and claw at me. I'm going to swing back at them. Have at thee! And I'm going to swing with disadvantage because I'm still blind.
Yep. An 11 will barely miss as you swing, but a 19 won't. Go ahead. 11 slashing. That actually just finishes it off. That puts it to, well, -1. Yeah, as you slash into it, you finish the last of that first swarm as you cut down the few remaining rats. And you don't know that they're dead, actually, because you just feel them falling and rat blood splashing all over baby Michael Verity.
I probably won't realize I'm covered in blood until I finally see the light again.
You can feel it. It's
Oh,
gross.
I can feel it. Oh God, it's like, that's just gross.
Yeah, Ideal, what would you like to do?
I say the rats are dead.
Yes, but there are more rats now behind you that appear to be mind controlling the paladin to murder Anadoltia.
I say we run.
You go to just run ahead? Okay. Is that what you're doing?
Yeah.
Okay, you run ahead and you come to what looks like a wall at the end of this passage. Just a flat wall of stone. What do you do? It's just right around the corner. Ideal.
Sorry, I have to deal with a frog that
Oh, that's
jumped
okay.
into my house.
Well, we'll catch up to you then on your next turn anyway, because I think you got that with just your movement getting there. And Anadoltia, what would you like to do as it appears the paladin has turned on you, his red eyes blazing with hate?
Would it be possible for me to at least attempt to mount Molly and have Molly disengage and run it back as far as I can?
Yeah, but they'd still be able to attack you because you're still moving on your turn. Even if Molly disengaged, they'd be able to attack you.
Okay, I don't really have much, but I'm gonna have. Dang, this is. I think. All right, first thing I'm gonna do is cast resistance on myself.
I mean, you could just disengage and run if you want, and then Molly can pick you up, and you can just run as far as you can. That's an option.
Okay, I guess I'll do that as long as I'm still able to cast a cantrip. I hope.
No, disengage is an action if you use it.
Alright, then I'll do that. Have like Molly says, okay, Molly, forget about Michael, just get me out of here.
Okay, so you're going back out toward Oldman. Okay.
Might as well. I'm like, when I do that, I have like Molly actually say, actually bark to signal Michael.
Okay.
Frog dealt with.
Okay, so we'll come back to you in a second, Ideal. The rats are gonna go. And they are going to go after Michael, and they're going to attack with their bites. Michael, they don't actually have advantage against you because, like, you can see their glowing red eyes, but they're going to try and bite you. Oof.
Ow! That barely hits.
Okay, ignore the +3. It's only the 21. So it's going to be 21 piercing damage as rats swarm all over you. Oldman, you're still out there. What would you like to do? Is you see Anadoltia looking very, very injured, run outside.
Oldman is gonna use minor conjuration to create a little crowbar to try and open.
You have advantage. Take it. Absolutely. Yeah. You're trying, Oldman, but it's real rough. But now you have a little crowbar. Pretty cool. It's Oldman. The paladin is going to rush after you, Anadoltia. And he is not quite able to catch up to you with his run, so he will take a javelin and just throw it at you. Which is not actually. He's gonna throw a javelin. Is a 16 gonna hit you, Anadoltia?
Yes.
Okay. He can't smite on the javelin, so he's just gonna stab you for 10, and then he's gonna throw a second javelin, which will get an 11, so that'll probably miss.
Well, that 10 does hit me. I'm really, really hurting.
Okay, but you're not down?
I'm at 5 hit points exactly.
All right, Michael, Verity, what would you like to do? A bunch of red-eyed rats have rushed up to you.
So Ideal is one way, and
yeah, you're like in the middle of this passage. In one direction, the maimed Anadoltia and possessed paladin are. In one direction, there's Ideal.
Out to Ideal real quick, just to know where he is. Ideal, where are you?
You know where Ideal is. You heard him.
Never mind. Actually, never mind. I am not scared of these rats, so I am going to continue my assault on the rats.
Okay. Unfortunately, missing twice.
Then I'm going to. I'm risking an attack of opportunity to move towards Ideal's location based on hearing.
Cool, yeah, you run toward Ideal. You watch Michael Verity run toward you, and he's running right at the wall that you just ran into, that you just saw, and he goes right through the wall.
Boom! Boom! Like the Kool-Aid Man. Oh, yeah!
Well, no, it's an illusory wall.
Yeah, I go through the wall,
Yeah.
man. I follow him through the wall.
You all, okay, and you both appear in a wide open chamber. You can see in this chamber there is a small stone pedestal, and it's weird because the pedestal seems shrunken too. And atop this pedestal is a grand, like, iron holder that is shaped like two hands holding that would hold an object. You'd rest it between them, and again, they're shrunken. They look like baby hands, and you see between them a large, what looks like an iron rattle that seems to be suspended, held aloft by them.
I fly up and grab the rattle.
Well, I was going to say, it's your turn, so you fly up and you grab the rattle. You have recovered the rattle of justice, and you're aware of that as soon as you grab it. And the rattle speaks to you, and it says, "Oh, what the hell? Why am I just a rattle now? We got
some dark wizard.
Stop whoever did this."
A dark
the
wizard
rattle appears to be sentient.
I told the rattle, a dark, well, Bartholomew messed up and a dark wizard cursed a bunch of people and turned them into babies. And apparently, he also cursed magical items and turning them into baby things.
That's terrible. We got to go find him.
Yeah.
And I know his name too. I interrupt, and then I tell him it's Jemmery.
And you see the rattle begin to shake violently. As that happens, Anadoltia, do you keep running? Because you can just run away if you want.
Yeah, this time I actually, since I'm still on Molly, I'm gonna have her, like, am I anywhere near, like, know where Old Man and them is yet?
You don't know where Oldman is, and they went the opposite way down the passage. The thing is, right now, you think you're alone in this opening chamber with the paladin who wants to kill you.
Okay, so how high are the actual walls around this opening chamber?
It's big enough that, like, because of your sticky puppy, you can just get out of his range. You can just do
That's basically what I need to do right now.
Yeah, so do you just...
Yeah, so I just tell Molly, says, all right, get that wall and go up as high as you can, because I do not want to get hit anymore. I'm really hurt and crying and all that.
Okay, so Anadoltia, you ride your sticky puppy up into, like, a corner where the paladin can't reach you. It's too high up. And the rats...
But could I at least use a cantrip or anything right now?
Yeah, you can make... if you want to attack the paladin, sure.
Well, I don't want to take the paladin. I just want to make sure I stay safe, and so I'm casting resistance on myself.
Oh, yeah, no problem. You cast resistance on yourself. The power of Confectia flowing through you. And at this point, Mike Verity, you say, what did you just say? You said...
his name is Jemmery.
And as you say that, Ideal, you're looking at Michael, and from behind him, where he was just standing, through the illusory wall, like a wave of rats comes crashing onto him, and rips into him, doing 23 points of piercing damage. 23.
Oh, but that's a good thing, because I'm still alive.
Yeah, they're trying to, like, drag him back through the illusion and kind of, like, hissing at the light that's innate in this room. And Michael looks real bad after that.
I am going to...
Well, it's not your turn right now, because you went and grabbed the rattle.
Yeah.
But it is Oldman's turn. Oldman?
Oldman's gonna pry open.
One more good one will do it. Oh, yeah, and you crack it open. And in the other room where you guys are, one of the wall panels just cracks open, a large doorway revealed. You don't see anyone behind it. However, in the back corner of this room where you found the rattle, a large statue moves to life. It's kind of like an angel with a big stone sword, and it floats forward and then lands upon the ground. Its eyes kind of glowing white with fire. And it looks around, and it looks at you, Ideal, and you look just like an imp. But it then looks toward Michael and moves toward Michael.
Oh dear.
Now
oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear.
The paladin, you guys don't know what happened to him right now. Oh, he starts walking through the door that now just opened. And Mike, it's your turn, Michael Verity. Actually, crap, no, the angel would go at the end of the initiative. The angel is going to go, and it's going to make an attack with its stone greatsword against the rats. because they are evil. Oh, I should roll this public. Holy sh! All right, Michael, the big stone sword comes down. It like, if you had hair as a baby, it would have trimmed your hair. It was so close as it just cuts into a bunch of the rats behind you. And they probably lose their concentration on the paladin, who's just, oops, we gotta get out of here, guys! And he goes to run away. Now it's your turn, Michael Verity. What would you like to do? There's a brutal kind of stone angel floating in the air. It's gigantic. And it looks like Ideal has came here.
I'm gonna tell him thanks, and then for the save, buddy. And then can I attack with normal since I'm in the room with light in it?
Yeah, you could if you want, or you could try and run away.
Yeah. I'm going to attack them first without the disadvantage because I'm in light now. That's for what they are, evil vermin.
Okay. Unfortunately, the 11's not gonna hit, and neither's a 9. 2 swings, 2 misses.
It looks like my baby luck has run out, yeah. So I'm going to tell Ideal, get out of here. We got to get the mace out of here.
Do you try and run away?
I tell Ideal to fly away with the mace, and I run away.
All right, the rats are going to take an attack of opportunity against you if you do.
Actually, no. Before I do that, can I use my bonus action to second wind?
Yes, you can.
Forget what that is.
Second wind. Your D.
I forget what that.
Baby breath. It's a D10 plus your fighter level.
10 plus 5. Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they try and bite you as you run. They get a 16. Is that gonna get you?
15. I get 15 points back, so I am at 31 health.
That's a really good roll, and it looks like they missed with their attack. So, Michael, you rush out of the room through the open door. Oldman, he stops it. He runs his full turn and ends next to you. Ideal, do you book?
I fly out of there with the mace.
All right, Ideal flies out.
Or rather, with the rattle.
With the rattle of justice, of course. You feel empowered as you wield it, and as you all kind of make your escape, the rats are driven back by the stone angel, and you are all able to, to get out of this crypt.
What do you mean? Oldman gets out of the way of the doorway, sits down, and reaches into his diaper, takes out a notebook and a crayon, and starts drawing the angel.
Exactly, and the rats. There's some great rat pictures. And Oldman, you have your wonderful paintings, and the rest of you have escaped with your lives. Congratulations, everyone! You have completed.
And we found the location of Jemmery.
Yes, you've retrieved the rattle of justice by the skin of your teeth, and now Jemmery can be tracked to his evil lair and confronted once and for all. Thank you for playing. You all get your 1 experience point and 200 Bartholomew bucks for being Fable tier heroes. And yeah, that's the end of this adventure. Thank you for playing, everyone.